Hey everybody, welcome to another session of Dungeons and Dragons with these folks. We are playing our campaign, The Era of the Dragons. Tonight is session 4. I didn't have any pre-planned title. We're just going to see where it goes and I'll name it after. So yeah, I guess we'll just start with introducing everybody. So I'll just start on my little Zoom layout here. Jaden, tell us who you are.
Hey, I'm Jaden. I also go by Soliloquy. I'll answer to either. I use they, them pronouns. I'll be playing a tiefling barbarian named Grief. Grief uses he, they pronouns and uses a combat wheelchair. The combat wheelchair is designed by Sarah Thompson. You can find them under the Twitter username Mustangs Art. And I use a chair in the campaign because I use a wheelchair and other mobility devices in real life. So, yeah.
Silver.
Hi, everybody. I am Steven, aka Silver_Bulette, here on Twitch and over on YouTube. I will be playing Fensiris, who is a gem dragon-born rogue who has a penchant for putting things in a museum that belong there. Yeah, that's her. And I use he, they pronouns. She uses she, her pronouns.
And Penny.
Hello, my name's Penny. I use she, her pronouns, as does my character Gift. Gift is a human warlock transitioning into druid as we speak.
Awesome. And I am Archangelic. Everyone calls me Mal. My pronouns are she, her, and I will be the game master for tonight. So last we left off, you were dealing with the aftermath of an attack from kobolds, invited by the local king, who seemed to have really just invited everyone involved and asked for volunteers to a dinner to ask you to help clear out some cultists and everything, help set things up so some important people coming into town to discuss things going on don't have to deal with that. And which you promptly all did not volunteer, and you're like, well, we should probably just deal with the thing we have, which is a gold baby dragon, a little wormling. You are calling him Max, but his name is Galafnimbar. And in true dragon fashion, it's way too much, so we're just calling him Max. And so your plan is to take him to see some druids. Hopefully they can take care of him and raise him up into the dragon that he should be. And I believe that's basically where we are. Y'all had gotten a good night's rest. And the plan was to basically, I think, buy a cart and head out in the morning. So as morning comes, what are y'all doing? Oh, also you're with your good friend Billy Bob Bones.
All right, he's covering a cart for us, right?
Yes.
Awesome. That's a great new friend.
Carts are good friends.
They're very supportive.
Yeah, so we get up in the remains of Gift's hovel. It now has a hole in the roof and less stuff than it had before.
Mm-hmm. Dew is on your face, you know.
Yeah, I think if I remember correctly, when we left off, we had done all of the preparations.
Mm-hmm.
So, Gifts assumes we're leaving, so is doing things like packing lunches and, making sure that knots are sturdy. The sorts of things that people don't do, and then, everything falls off the cart into a cliff.
Mm-hmm. Max is eating sandwich ingredients slyly as you're making them.
Max, I don't know. Is that? I mean, I guess dragons eat the same thing I eat, so I guess that's fine. Does anyone know if gold dragons are allergic to anything? Just like as a species.
Allergic to chocolate.
Yeah, exactly. Fensiris is currently trying to set up like a baby buggy that she can keep closed as well as possible. out of whatever's left in Gift's house.
Okay, give me just give me an investigation check.
Investigation. Well, the roll wasn't great, but I have a +7, so it's 12.
12. Okay. There's not much here. You I think you managed to just make just add more to the baby Bjorn that you have. You could add a little bit more to that and just like
Okay.
kind of cover it up and make it more like a some sort. It looks like a sling satchel, that type of thing.
Gotcha.
I
Yeah.
feel like we could probably make something if we, I mean, there's got to be like broken bits and pieces and stuff. I've got Tinker's tools. I can also grab anything from my own place.
Oh yeah. If you stayed home, if you stayed at your place, yeah, you definitely have something. If you had coordinated this in some way, yeah, you could easily make a small buggy or something.
Okay, cool. I also could, I don't feel like I would be far from here anyway. My place is not far from Gift's place, so we could easily hop over and grab anything we need.
Mhm. Yeah, it's easy enough to do. Yeah, basically like you find some scraps of bedding and things like that, and you find some wheels and some scrap metal at the flying wrench. And yeah, you make a little buggy.
Sweet. And then I'll just like, I've got a bag of holding, so I'll pack up anything I think that we could use and head over with everything in tow.
Easy enough. Billy Bob is awake probably fairly early. And he kind of dusts himself off and straightens out his gambus and puts it on and dons his hat, and he goes out into town. He's like, all right, I'll be back. I'll find the words. I'll be back in 2 shakes of lamb's tail, and should be what we're thinking, like a draft horse or like a mule. We had talked about a mule, but I'm like, draft horse is a little, I'll say it, a little more respectable.
I mean, if somebody else is buying, go to Roost Chris.
I'm like, it's on your dime, so you do whatever you want to do.
He's like, all right, I'll talk to Tony about it. And he just leaves. No further information about who Tony is. I don't think any of you have bought a horse or own a horse, so yeah. I say Grief and Gift, you can make history checks if you want to. It's up to you.
Okay, why not?
19.
18.
7.
7. Yeah, Gift has no idea. So your Grief, you're putting 2 and 2 together. There is a stable in town, and it's pretty well respected. Tony is the stable boy. He's not even the person who runs the stable, and you don't know why Billy Bob would be talking to him.
But knowing just in my interactions with Billy Bob, that feels right. So
this is honestly me, who's been in customer support before and been a lowly nobody that somebody with a big business really trusts to get things done and has no reason to trust me. So
Real thing.
Yeah, so he comes back with a Clydesdale, basically, and a pretty simple cart. It has points where you could cover it if you want to, but it's just basically an open cart. And he says, he said, it's a fine horse. Believe it'll take us pretty far.
That's
Gift
mean,
smiles at the horse.
I'm just usually seeing them on attached to fire wagons. That's all.
What is that?
Oh, you know that when you got to take care of a town and somebody accidentally sets a house on fire. Well, there's people that they have a fire wagon. A Clydesdale comes out carrying a bunch of water, and the firefighters get to work. I don't know.
You dragon
You
folk.
telling me this town doesn't have that? Seems unsafe.
You know what? I'm thinking about it, and you are totally correct. Usually just folks, if there's a fire, just come out and start taking water from the well.
I suppose that works. Depends on how spread out your town is. Like if everything's near the well, it works out fine.
I assure you, it does not always turn out fine.
Gift nods emphatically at this.
But you get all loaded up. There's plenty of room for you to all sit in the back. Fairly large cart meant for hauling things. Yeah. All right. The plan is to make your way to, well, first the town of Corellon's Rest, because that's where the road will take you, and then eventually to the actual physical point, which is
Like
Corellon's
Cairn.
Rest. Yeah, it's a I don't know, out here in the Pacific Northwest, we have like along the Columbia Gorge, there's like these basalt pillars, and I imagine that's
Mhm.
what this is. Like these massive pillars jutting out of nowhere. So yeah, that's what Corellon's Rest is. It's kind of a point, but the town is not close enough to it. It's not super close to it. It's just nearby. Seems to be named after it. Yeah, you make your way. It's gonna be, quite a little journey. So, a few, I said it's 30 miles. How fast can the cart go? It's gonna be a few hours. So it's still kind of early morning. Sun's kind of warming up things. The dew is burning off. The birds are out and singing. It's nice summer day.
At points, Gift will collect grass seeds and deliver them to the mouse.
Oh yeah.
There was an agreement made.
Mhm.
That's right. The mouse.
Yeah. I don't think, do you cast speak with animals with them, or do you just keep the agreement?
Just keep the
And-
agreement.
Okay. Phil takes them and puts them into the baby's Bjorn. Max seems very happy that the mouse is happy. So
I think you said this, but I just want to confirm this wagon that we're on, is it enclosed? Is it fairly
You said mostly open, I believe.
mostly
it's
open?
kind of
Okay.
it's if you think of it like a Conestoga wagon, it doesn't have the covering on it, but it has the points where you could put a cover on it.
Okay.
So it's
Yeah.
kind of open air. Remnants of hay strewn about it.
All right, I'll leave Max in the baby Bjorn.
Max very much does not want to stay. He says, "Ooh, that bird looks pretty. Can I get that bird?"
There will come a day when you can go after all the birds you want. Right now, we need to stay low and stay safe.
Okay. It doesn't take long for him to ask you again on the stream.
Is this a food thing? Just to clarify, Max, are you hungry, or are you looking for more friends like Phil?
Oh, more friends like Phil.
Okay.
Just
And
want to
Fen
have.
just slowly puts away the soul knife that she pulled out. Never mind.
He says, one day I'm gonna have a big place like gifts, like gifts place, full of animals.
Yeah,
Low
absolutely.
expectations.
If a druid was a dragon, it sounds like a druid horde. I don't know.
Do druids have animals?
They hang out with a lot of animals. You know, those druid and ranger sorts, they like to hang out with the animals. I can understand that. Like sometimes animals are more fun to hang out with than people, just generally. But yeah, you know.
They're so cool though. They like all these birds are different colors. They make different sounds.
Yeah.
We're taking the kid to the right place.
You will be able to befriend all of the animals you want very soon.
We're just going to turn this gold dragon into Dr. Doolittle. It's going to be amazing.
My plan, yes. I love this dragon. Billy Bob is just quietly guiding this Clydesdale along. He's up in the front, just steering you along.
Billy, if you ever need a break, I can take, well, one of us could probably take the wheel for a while.
He says,
Take the reins. I mean, there's no wheel. What am I talking about?
he said, did I ever tell you about the time I rode a horse all the way from the southern reach up to the northern wastes? Non-stop.
Huh.
No, you haven't told us. We've only known you for like a day, my dude.
Well, see, I was just out of Slaver's Rock, and he goes on his whole story.
You fall asleep at 12 parsecs.
If you're interested, he does drop bits of lore about himself, but it's a long, drawn out. Like, he sits and describes the town of Versailles, not in any splendor or anything, but he tells you that if you go past a nice looking tree, take 3 lefts, you end up at the best, food cart in the whole town. So
He's from Portland.
Be real.
Just so the chat is aware, like me and Jaden lived in Portland for like 10 years. Oh man. Okay, yeah, no, he is definitely, well, he is you get the impression he's like the kind of person who is just a West Coaster and just has like wherever along this, just this like little stretch of coast,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
All right,
eventually
well,
go ahead.
You got the wheel. Do you need any of us to be sitting up there with you to like keep an eye out or anything? We want to support you. Like you're not in this on your own,
Need any snacks?
He says, you know what? I am a little bit hungry. And he hands the reins to Fen. Like, this doesn't even like accept. He just hands the reins over. And just
I'm
hops
still
in.
sitting in the back. This is one of my nightmares.
It's not, this horse
hang
isn't
on.
in any sort of gallop or anything. It's just trotting along. You think this horse might keep going whether or not somebody's here.
When the subject of food comes up, Gift like lights up. She pulls out like a clean little bit of linen, and she pulls out her sandwiches, which are, she has ones that are the crusts that are removed, ones that are cut into fours. It's all very upscale, totally unreasonable for traveling on the road.
This is gift. This is awesome. Thank you.
Smiles. It might even be true, actually smiling. She's done that once or twice.
Finn's like taking a bite and then feeding a bite to Max, and then taking another bite, feeding a bite to Max.
Max says, "It's me sized," and holds the little piece. Like you mentioned, give 1 1/4 and eats it. Tries to pretend to do like you do, and like the more humanoid of you. I guess they're also dragonborn, so chew their food. Max tries to pretend to chew his food, but he's got a beak mostly. So
that's amazing.
And eventually just like puts his head back and
Precious baby.
Dragons, they're like bird lizard cats.
No hairballs now.
I don't have hair. It would be cool to have hair. And you actually see like for a moment, like he concentrates and a little hair grows on his head. Or just for a moment, and then comes back out.
Oh, whatever you set your mind to, I suspect you'll be able to make it happen. Especially you hanging out with the Druids, because I mean they can turn themselves into all sorts of things.
That sounds fun. Billy Bob says, "This is a very fine spread you got here. Didn't expect catering on our long trip, on our short little trip."
Gift pads out on her chalkboard. Catering is one of my skills.
I will keep you in mind. You should make a business card.
She looks actively intrigued. Maybe I don't have to be an adventurer. Maybe I can just go work in this guy's kitchen.
The true dream. Fuck this adventuring nonsense.
I mean, honestly, everyone needs a backup career, you know? You're not the first to choose the culinary industry as a backup career. Yeah, so you continue on a little ways, and eventually you start seeing more civilization, a little bit different from Brambles on the River, where that was more like a kind of clay wood structure. The homes here are more stones and of kind of stone and brick construction. Still with the thatched roofs. Thatched roofs are really useful. And you come in to town, and it's a larger town than Brambles upon the river. Corellon's Rest. It's notable because you come in and you're at the basically midday. The entire market is bustling. You see in the background to the northeast is a tower, just a massive tower with the standards of the Helimenor Society. And another thing you see is lots of clerics in white robes with red rope kind of wrapped around their arms. They kind of stand out against the more earth-toned people, going around this marketplace. And you are in the town of Corellon's Rest.
With a 19 on religion, do I know anything about these clerics?
With a 19 in religion, you would know that this is probably the broken god. In Forgotten Realms, it's Ilmater.
Okay.
But the way they're dressed, they are definitely healers, people who are supposed to like take suffering off of people.
Oh, okay. My heart rate jumped because I'm used to the SCP Foundation's broken god. I was like, uh-oh.
Oh yeah. I'm not into the Eldritch horror stuff. So. I don't know much about that, but I imagine it's something eldritch and horrible. Yeah.
And broken somehow.
Yeah. Yeah, this is Ilmater, the broken god, is a god who always appears in when he appears in humanoid form, he's always infirm, broken bones, healing and on the mend, but still a hurt god, you know. And he's known for going around performing miracles of healing. So
Cool.
And these are acolytes, mostly human here. A couple elves scattered out, a couple half elves here and there. But yeah, this is the town of Corellon's Rest.
And we know that we have to go like west into the woods is the idea, essentially.
Yeah, essentially. You from here you would probably start to see in the top to the northwest, just above the tree line, you see that pillar in the distance.
Okay.
And that is where you're headed.
Oh yeah, that's right. The pillar was important. Billy, do we need to stop at all to let our horse friend here eat it all, or are we good to continue on?
That would probably be wise to let it eat a little bit. Don't know how long we're going to be out there. You should probably get some oats or something for him. And Billy, if we find somewhere to hitch up, we can get some supplies. Shouldn't be too long.
Tell you what, I'll stay with the cart if y'all want to get some food. I'll keep an eye on our Clydesdale and our little animal companion friends as well.
Oh yeah, having a little baby dragon out in the middle of town. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, probably not the best idea.
Yeah. Easy enough. There's plenty of places to hitch up. You hitch the main places to have hitches. It's in front of the tavern here, which is the Stubborn Mule. It has a sign of like a almost cartoonish farmer pushing a mule. So
that's awesome.
Yeah. Billy says, y'all are welcome to join me or just enjoy the town. I'm sure I can find some food and I'll be right back.
All right. New town, Gift will go find a game.
Okay. We'll say this is investigation.
Okay. And so that's a 15, and then I do have the personality trait. I'm one of Lady Luck's favored. Anything I try is destined to succeed. The perfect bet is out there somewhere. I just have to keep my eyes open.
It's not hard to find. The first alley you walk into, somebody's gambling in there. And it's almost like it seems like you find somebody has set up a table, and it's not a ramshackle thing. They've clearly chosen this spot. It's right off from the market, but out of sight of most people. So clearly being left alone by most people. And it's just 3 dragon ante. It's and Let me think. Don't know anything about these games. I don't have any mechanics for them, and I should have had them because I know that's your background.
There's a really basic mechanic that I've used in the past where you roll 3d6s. The goal is to get a pair. If both parties get a pair, the higher pair wins. If one party gets a pair, that party wins. And then you can roll, if you're trying to cheat, you can roll like sleight of hand or whatever.
Yeah, that sounds good to me. Yeah. It's a half elven man, and he is he's just playing these games with these it's basically, it's 3 cups kind of thing, very simple. On the surface seems simple, but you sit there and watch long enough to know that that he is definitely swindling people, but not that anyone's truly surprised, but definitely some people who are being taken advantage of that maybe didn't know. But there's a small crowd here, say 4 or 5 people.
Okay. So if the table holder is actively cheating, Gift will cheat too.
Yes. You can easily tell that he's cheating. You're always on the lookout for these types of things. So.
Oh yeah, definitely. All right.
Like you picked an angle in the crowd to where you can see the sleight of hand a little bit better, But yeah.
Okay. All right, that's a 7 to try and cheat, which probably I'm guessing isn't going to beat that insight.
Probably not. Let's see.
Ooh, but playing legit, I rolled 2 6s and a 4. So best he can do is tie me.
Okay. He does not tie you. Gets a 5, 1, and a 6. So he's
Gift
like,
only needs to win once.
yeah. How much did you put down to bet?
I didn't declare it, so let's just do a standard of 5.
Yeah.
Since I know I won, it wouldn't be fair to do any more than that.
No, that's fine.
2,000. Wait.
He says, oh, lucky first chance. Want to go double or nothing?
She smiles and shakes her head.
He says, all right, I'll take my lose today, but I hope to see you around.
She nods. Is there somebody who was actively swindled who's hanging around?
Yeah, there's a man, probably slightly inebriated, and who's just kind of like slumped in the alleyway on the way out. He just, he was just looking for a little bit more money and got taken advantage of.
She hands him the 5 gold that she won and walks away with even money.
Oh, okay.
It's not about winning the money, it's about the game.
You hand this man 5 gold and he just lights up. He says, no, that's too much, but I imagine you've already like
oh yeah.
he won't chase after you, but he like tries to, he's like, no, that's way too much. And but he sees you walk away into the back out into the light, into the marketplace, and he does not follow.
Mm-hmm.
But you brighten the day of one citizen of Corellon's Rest.
Pardon to the other folks at the table, it's just part of who Gift is.
Mostly. Yeah, totally.
Anytime we go to a new town, something like this will occur.
Mm-hmm. I'll try and have more games next time. Get some more water. All right. Grief, what are you up to?
Is there anything that I need to do maintenance wise for my chair?
I don't think so. I believe we're using are we using rules where like critical hits will like could damage your chair? I don't remember what the rules are on that.
I am desperately trying to find my papers because I have it printed out somewhere and I cannot find it over here, but I'm trying to look it up. So
is it in this stuff here? Okay. I can try and pull up those rules, but I don't believe that anyone has pulled.
But because I'm learning how to fix it, I think we were going to have it so that in downtime, I just do repairs because I'm learning how to make repairs from Afe.
Yeah. Okay. So I will say we'll call this a tinker check. I want to say a tinkering check would be intelligence based. So you're proficient in tools. So it's your intelligence plus your proficiency.
$14.
14. Yeah. So I'd say that's successful. You know, you're just doing kind of basic maintenance, making sure, you know, certain things are tightened up. You have kind of armored panels on the sides of the wheels. You just want to make sure those don't come off. So you're just tightening them up, things like that. Are you doing that on or near the cart?
Probably nearby.
Okay.
Yeah. And if there's anything that I need to go, you know, shop for, but I don't think there is at this point in time, because I assume, you know, I would have done anything like that right before we left as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you basically would have had supplies from FA's shop, things like that. FA doesn't mind you like working and improving your chair. If there's any like upgrades or anything that you want to start improving towards, we can start kind of doing like kind of installments and checks on that. So you buy
For sure.
buy
That's
certain
part of
things.
why I'm looking for the papers for it. So yeah, I'll just continue looking for my papers for it for now.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, whatever upgrades you're looking for, just let me know and we'll start having you work on those.
All right, sweet, thank you.
Yeah, so and Fen, you are in the cart with Max.
Max and Phil.
Yep. Let's see. Max is kind of try and bolt. That's straight up how it's gonna be.
That seems fair.
So
I mean, cat.
No, Max, we need to stay in the car. Oh, Max, come on.
We'll call this a contested roll.
All right.
I wonder if it's like just a grapple check. So I will let you do strength or dexterity as well. So let me see what the wormling has. Roll pretty good.
Oh, that's not good. Oh, hey. If you're letting me use dexterity, that's 23.
Oh, okay.
If not, it's just an unnatural 20.
Skills. Yeah, you easily you easily grab
Hold on, Max. Hold
Max.
on.
This place is new. It's big.
It is, and you're not like I said, when you grow up, when you can protect yourself, this will be a fun place to explore and hang out. But right now, we don't know who wants to who to trust in this town, and we want to make sure you're safe, and we want you to grow big and strong so that you can protect yourself. So for now, we don't want to explore, but it'll be a great place to explore later.
I could wait to grow big and strong, or you could get me a knife.
Excuse me.
I love it. It's a very good thing Gift doesn't speak Draconic. She would definitely give this dragon a knife.
Okay, well,
Explain that.
A knife would help for certain. And if we ever find ourselves in an untenable situation where you need to protect yourself, I will give you a knife. Don't worry. I will do that. I trust you.
You promise?
But right now, I do, I promise. I didn't ever see Gift's magical energy being absorbed into Max, did I?
No,
I don't think I was around for that. Okay. All right. Yeah. But I mean, as you can see, and I like produce one of my own psionic knives in front of him, just to show him. The dagger at my belt, I don't really need that. You can have that one when we are in combat. Don't worry, I'll give that to you. But we don't know who to trust, and we don't know who not to trust, and it's hard to establish that in the little time that we're in. So we shouldn't be attacking anyone in town. Rule 1. So we don't need knives. Number 2, we want to get you to the Druid Enclave so that you can be in a safe place with people that we can trust.
Okay. But so the Druids we can trust.
Yes.
Okay.
So I'm told. Gift is fairly certain that we can trust the Druids.
I promise I won't talk to strangers.
Okay. That seems like a good plan. Thank you. Thank you, Max. But you can always talk to Phil. Ooh, speaking of, if we get you to the Druids, they should be able to teach you how to talk to Phil and have a conversation.
Like Gifted?
Yeah, exactly. They do
Gift
that all
is-
the time.
Gift is so cool. Gift fed me magic.
Hey, she fed you, Matt. Huh.
It was delicious.
So I don't wait. Do you need both food and magic? Or just one or the other? How does that work? Are you feeling like you're not getting enough your weekly diet of magic right now?
I don't know.
It's true.
I was born yesterday.
Literally.
True, true. Huh. How did the okay, Max, you were born yesterday. How did the feeding go with the magic? Did it just absorb into you? Or what was the deal here?
Gift was doing stuff. Like making little handshakes, and all of a sudden there was stuff to eat.
Huh. So if I do this and I produce the psionic knife again, does that provide you any food?
Max like hunches down a little bit. It's not doing anything.
Okay. Huh.
Maybe that's done. I don't know.
All right.
The sandwiches were good though.
That's good to hear. Yeah, Gift's a good chef for sure. I was gonna say cook, but they were sandwiches, so there's not a whole lot of cooking involved in the sandwich. But they was well put together.
Maybe the Druids will have sandwiches.
That sounds likely.
When we see him in
Druids
6
have
months,
bread.
he'll be eating elks. Which is why he's not coming with us.
This is gonna be the only vegetarian dragon.
Just adventuretarian, like only eats adventurers.
Yeah.
I have this theory that dragons are ambush predators. The hoarding thing is like the symbiotic thing, like it brings in the adventurers.
Mhm.
I like it.
Yeah, they're lizards. They have to eat once a month or something. I'm sure that's enough adventurers.
All right, I like it.
I don't know if that's canon here, but it's just my little fun theory.
Fair. It's fair.
Some wizard's dissertation.
Yeah. Absolutely. There is a paper somewhere. It's like the scrolls of Pliny the Elder. Real thing, look it up if you don't know. He thought eels came from the mud.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
All right. I'm still intrigued by the catoblepus. Thanks,
Mhm.
Pliny.
Yeah. Pliny. Yeah, that's it. Cool.
Pliny. However it's pronounced.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, time goes on, and Billy Bob shows up with a bag of oats and a thing of hay, and lets the horse eat up. This is does the little dragon, does it need a, oh, he says it's a little too loud. Does our little dragon need some food? What? Oh, he's like, oh, right.
Yeah. I think what he's hungering for some magic right now. Actually, he had a little bit of the gifts snacks, but yeah, I think Max could use a little bit of magic food. Do you deal with the magics, right?
He says, just a little bit, just a tiny bit.
Well, maybe when Gift gets back, she can provide him with some sustenance, I guess is what, I don't know what to call that.
He says, I don't know if where I get my magic would be so very scrumptious for the little creature.
Fair enough. Yeah. I mean, I got I just start flipping the soul knife in and out of reality. Apparently this does nothing. I don't know. I thought I was pretty special, but apparently that's not magic. I don't know where it comes from.
I need to look something up. Hold on one moment. I should have had this pulled up. Let's see. I need to know what Fenn's passive perception is.
Okay. That would be an 11.
Okay. You hear Max go, yeah.
Max. He's not in the Baby Bjorn anymore, is he?
Nope. He's still in the cart though.
Okay.
With your knife.
Based on the am I seeing Max in front holding the reins?
No, he has your knife and he's practicing stabbing.
Oh,
things.
that okay. I heard
No,
he's okay. He
has taken the knife off your belt that you did show to him.
I did. This is entirely on me. What do you got there, Max? A knife. No.
Yeah.
All right. Tell you what, Max. If we're gonna work on this, let's work on it the right way. And I pull out another soul knife and I say, all right, I'm gonna teach you how to guard yourself. Okay.
He's like, okay.
All right. And so I just start teaching him lessons of using the knife to block attacks from others.
Awesome. Just make a straight dexterity check and see, and he'll make one as well.
That is a 19 total.
Okay. He gets a little better. His hands don't quite have thumbs. He's doing his best.
I got it. I'm holding it.
He is holding the knife, but he's having a hard time. He tends to want to use his wings to get in the way, but that's probably a bad idea, and you show him not to do that.
Yeah. Yeah, you want to keep your wings in when if you're doing combat. One day your wings are going to be big and strong. You can probably attack with your wings, but for right now, when you're defending, you want to keep your wings in. Those are vital, so you can fly.
Oh, and he starts beating his wings a little bit, and he gets a few inches off the ground. He starts making stabbing motion. And
very dangerous toddler. We need to get this toddler somewhere else.
We're gonna show up to the Druids, be like, we've already trained him how to fight. Enjoy.
Yeah, so
I'm just saying this is the beginning steps of how you accidentally adopt a dragon.
I was about to say this is the weirdest version of how to train your dragon, but that's
Yes, that's you.
when the dragon is, 2 days old and can talk in full sentences.
right.
Dragons, they don't make sense. Yeah, so Max ends up taking like a tumble. Like his wings aren't that strong, so he didn't quite get how to land.
All right, that's another lesson. I bet the Druids could probably teach you about that, because I've seen one turn into a bird before. They know how to fly, so they can help you out with that.
I flew like a bird. Yes. I can get so much closer to the birds now.
That's true. But remember, we want to stay inside the cart. Remember, you got to stay inside the cart.
Inside the cart. Inside the cart. Right. You're just out in the open. It's like, you're just like on a side street, basically. It's like some people do give you strange looks, but no one really sees what's happening. They're all just carrying on with their day. Yeah. Is there anything else y'all want to do in town? Or just basically meet back up?
Yeah, I think we're good to meet back up.
He says, all right, well, I was talking to some people at the feed store, and we probably got like a 2 hours ride. Might be a little rough in the woods. Might need to go a little slower, but shouldn't be too much of a problem. They did warn me of people going missing in the woods. It's probably nothing.
Oh, okay.
Gift degree says it's probably nothing.
It's definitely not nothing.
Fenn's gonna hand the baby Bjorn to Gift for now and say, I think Max understands that he needs to stay in the cart for now, but if we're worrying about this, I think I'm gonna right up front, just to have an extra pair of eyes up there.
Gift nods. Takes the Bjorn.
When you say it's probably nothing to Billy, this is the first time he's looked at you weird for saying that out loud. So just so you're aware.
Okay. I mean, you can put it together eventually. It's
Yeah. It's gonna take him a few episodes, but yes. Yeah, so you get the baby Bjorn, and you look in, and yeah, this dragon has like a knife in a sheath, like has it just like holding like a teddy bear.
Gift nods approvingly.
Good. He knows how to defend himself.
Yeah, you the horse has time to eat and everything while this is happening, and you eventually make your way out of town. You had provided your own provisions, so didn't need to stop and eat. So
oh, hey, Gift. Max was wondering about a little bit more of the magic food. I don't know what that means exactly, but he said you were able to feed him yesterday somehow with magic.
Gift nods. Before Mal, the egg was clearly like trying to absorb magic. So is that a thing at this point?
Yeah, if you like just do a little cantrip or something, nothing really happens. It seems like
it was just the gestation.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what the impression I got, but wanted to double check.
Make an Arcana check as you notice this. So
not actually good at this, but could roll well. but did not. That's a 3.
A 3. Okay. Who knows? This dragon can talk. I mean, you've heard it talk in Draconic.
Yeah.
Um.
Actually, while we're writing, this dragon is clearly super smart. Giff will start teaching. Well, start attempting to teach the dragon common, like basics.
Okay.
Point to the dagger. Dagger. You know.
I feel like at this point, Max would have some trouble with certain consonants just because, like, Max doesn't have teeth. So, but he, you know, in Draconic, it's fine. It's meant for their maws. But he picks up on it pretty quickly. He's dagger, stab,
Yeah. Bird. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, he can start stringing simple sentences, and by the time you're writing through, as y'all are writing, actually, this is a good enough time for a break. So let's take a little break. And we will be back in about 5 to 10 minutes. I hope y'all are enjoying. We'll see you soon.
Thank you.
Hey everybody, welcome back. We are continuing on with our adventure. Well hydrated in my Dimension 20 cup. Yeah, so you are going to be continuing on your adventure, kind of northwest towards the pillar. That is known as Corellon's Rest, from the town known as Corellon's Rest. So you start to make your way out. It sounds like, Grief, you were saying that you wanted to kind of be pulled along the back of the.
Yeah, if Finster's gonna go in front, then I'll go behind.
Easy enough. Yeah, you just let your wheels do the work. So not a problem. So in speaking which, so yeah, you all continue on your way. I would like to get perception checks from everybody.
Oh, only +1. That's a 5 for Finn. Doing a great job up front.
21 on that.
Okay.
Sorry, one moment.
It's just a lucky 19 on the die.
So there was a spot up there for it. Crap. There we go. All right, that's done. Because we had a long rest, I forgot to roll my D20 thing, so I did that.
Oh yeah, your portents.
Yep. And now I am rolling the spot check. And I rolled a 1. Ideal.
Excellent. Max is very distracting. Max is also not paying attention. Somehow he has he's found like a piece of like bridling or something. Like he's added more metal into his small hoard. And he's like kind of arranging it in the Bjorn, and it's like it pushes against you because he wants more room.
Legit.
So Grief, you're probably 10-15 minutes into this little excursion out of town, and you start to get into deeper woods. You, from behind you, you see something large move through the trees. And you see it's picking up speed. Let's see what Billy Bob rolls. He probably doesn't roll very well. That's not terrible. He gets 11. So he doesn't notice it either. So you're the only one who seems to notice something is trailing behind you and chasing you, but from the wood line.
Fan-freaking-tastic. Are folks like within earshot? Can I get someone's attention?
Yeah.
Probably Gift, because that's who's in the cart. So I will kind of whistle, get Gift's attention, and tell you, hey, there's something is after us. Let the guys up front know. Let Billy and let Finn know.
Gift writes something on a chalkboard, which she then goes and taps on the shoulder of Finn.
So anyways, as I was saying, he went, what? Huh?
Holds up the chalkboard. It says, something is chasing us, according to Grief.
Gotcha. And at this point, Finn's going to look back at everybody and hold her temple, and is going to use an ability I have not used as of yet, which is a psionic power, which will give us the ability to communicate with each other. I have to roll a die to find out how many hours this lasts, but
Psychic whispers.
Yes, so that we can talk without saying anything. Yes,
My
psychic
favorite
whispers.
thing.
There it is. One psionic die. Wow, 1d6. Okay. Oh wow, 6. So we got 6 hours of this.
This is like message essentially, like a message net.
Yeah, so basically, for a number of hours, chosen creatures can speak so basically I'm gonna have to communicate back and forth with people.
Oh, it's like radioing into central control.
Yeah, so yeah.
Got it.
But that way we don't have to make any noise to communicate. So everyone hears in their heads, okay, we got a bogey on our 12 o'clock, on our 6 o'clock, according to Grief. Billy, what's the play here?
He says, we should fight it head on.
Gift says, that sounds exciting.
He says, it could be brigands, it could be a bear. Either way, this should be fun.
All right. Do we need to turn the cart around, or are we saying just leave it here and jump off? We should probably protect the Clydesdale is what I'm thinking.
Well, it's already chasing us. Perhaps this is where we make our stand.
Feel like we just stop basically.
You know.
I've always played Psychic Whispers as a party line because it just gets a little too like
right.
Who knows what? And I don't know why in the rules it's not clear that like you can just speak to each other as if you're speaking to each other. But I think it's just you have to be always included in the conversation is what it is. So
yeah. Cool. Yeah. If you want to make your stand here, Fen is gonna hop into the back of the cart and dive behind bundles of things, attempting to stealth her way back there. Essentially,
Gift catches Max's eyes, holds up her dagger, and points at the woods.
That was a nat 20 on my stealth.
Yes.
Which I mean, as a rogue, I'm sure this is broken. That's 27.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what we like to hear.
and it's always good when you do your one thing. The one thing you do good as a class.
Yeah, the one thing is a great feeling.
Yeah. Yeah, you know. Yeah, rogues hide. That's what they do. So yeah, go for it. Yeah, you easily find a place to like there's kind of like overhangs in the back where you know like you're supposed to like store tools and you just like you go prone and then you just roll under there and you're not seen. I guess I need everyone else. Billy will slowly bring the horse to a stop. And the thing in the woods gaining speed finally catches up to you. And the first thing you see peek out of the woods is a beak and then a strange feathered clawed arm. And as it comes out, it's like an owl head. You are now being harassed by an owlbear, and I need everyone to roll initiative. I like that the captions think it's owlbear, like how you say Albert in French.
That was a 15 plus unnatural 20 for initiative.
Yeah, I should probably write that down, huh?
Oh, that's my second one in a row. We're doing well.
Yes. The 2 1s and a 19 for me earlier. That was that's how it's going. Okay. Fen, what did you get?
That was an unnatural 20.
Okay. What's your total gift? With the natural one. It's 1. Okay. Hit enter a few times. Gift 1. Okay.
Yeah, I don't have a negative initiative. I feel like I'm winning.
Hey, that's good.
Yeah.
Good.
Grief.
11.
Okay. Let's roll initiative for. We got our
the first
little...
time I've actually fought about a owlbear. I'm excited.
It's been a hot minute for me. I think it was third edition. The last time I fought an owlbear.
Awesome. I'm glad I can make your dreams come true with the classic D&D character.
Exactly.
All right, let's see. So Max got 17.
Excellent.
And Billy Bob has +3. So he got 16. So we got Fen, then Max, Billy, Grief, and let's roll for the owlbear. Okay. Basically, everyone goes before Gift, which that makes sense.
I mean, really, that's probably thematically appropriate.
Yes. Cool. We start. This creature is still at the wood line, probably 20 feet back from where you are, but clearly going to sprint to where you are.
Gotcha.
So we begin the round with Fen.
Just quick lore for this world. Is it established that owlbears are creatures that generally cannot be communicated with in any successful manner here, or is it a matter of they can be dissuaded from attacking?
I'm gonna have you roll a nature check for me, and we'll see how this goes.
11.
11. The way you're looking at this creature, and generally speaking, no, it's not. There's not a good way to communicate with owlbears. I mean, there are definitely people who have tamed owlbears. You see them, perform at circuses and stuff. But generally, the best strategy for a wild owlbear is to run, because if they're hungry and they've picked you, it's probably just it's gonna be a fight.
Gotcha. So what Fen's going to do is she is going to use her, assuming that she's stealth properly, which I hope with a natural 20 this worked, but she's going to use that hiding to strike out with one of her soul knives, but she's going to do so in such a way that hopefully will just slow the owlbear down.
Okay.
These are not non-lethal attacks, essentially, is what she's doing with the soul knife.
Okay.
What is the plus on my soul knife? That's 26 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit. I believe
Okay.
you get advantage. You're attacking from hiding, so
Yeah, it's still 26 to hit.
Yeah.
Second roll was a 6. All right, so how many dice do I roll with a sneak? 2d6. So that's going to be this. That's 6 plus 7. That's a total of 12 damage.
12 damage. Okay. Yeah, so you basically threw your soul knife at it. So what you did? Okay. Yeah, it goes through and it slashes through some of the feathers in the arms. It's a solid, you definitely see blood, you see a solid hit. Not anywhere vital though. So since you're trying to just deter it, it looks more angry now.
Seems right.
Yeah.
Well, I was hoping to dissuade it, not anger it, but okay. And gonna dive back into cover and try to hide again.
Okay, go ahead and roll.
Probably jump to the other side of the cart. Wow. Bonus action, hide. Guys, 19.
19. Okay. Yeah. You hide. It does not see you. Excellent. It is Max's turn.
Oh no.
Max looks at you, Gift, and says, "Stab."
Gift nods
Stab.
and pats on the shoulder blade. Max doesn't have to roll. Max gets a natural 20. Touch of the tapestry.
Sweet. Oh, I love it.
That's the best use of that ability I'll have in the whole game.
Yes. Okay. All right. Max has a proficiency bonus of +2, the strength of +4. So he gets +6 on it. So okay.
And I mean,
It's
if
a
it's
nat 20.
yeah.
So 2d4 +4. Sweet.
It's more damage than gift can do.
It does not have multi-attack or anything. Okay, cool. So because he's just a little wormling. All right. He like clambers out of the Bjorn, hits the deck on his belly, stands up, blasts his wings, and does like straight up charges with a knife out front. So that is 6, does 10 damage to the owlbear.
Regardless of which direction or how they were holding that knife, they got perfect form at the last second.
Yeah. There's this little like, yeah, there's just this little flourish with it and just like stabs it right underneath a rib.
Gift claps.
And it says, "You're not going to hurt my friends," in Draconic to it, which it doesn't understand, but and you see like fire crackling from the mouth. Excellent. That's Max's turn. Sweet. I love that. It is now Billy's turn. And Billy stands up on the cart and says, "Yes, my boy, that is the spirit." And he's gonna run after this thing, pulls the rapier out. Let's see here. Gets +5. So let's roll. Oh yeah, that hits. 1d8 +5. Max damage. So 13 hit points. 13 points of damage on that. Let me make sure that he does not get anything. Sweet. Okay, no. Yeah, that's what Billy does. He says, "Have at you," and then he's just like, uses the rapier and like tries to stab at this owlbear and does some damage. That will bring us to Grief.
All right, so I will separate myself from the cart. I'm going to use my bonus action to rage, which means I have to roll a d12.
A d8.
D8. Three.
Okay. Let me read this. So you rage, and a small portal opens up above you, and this weird little tentacled creature, like cream colored and light blue, comes up and has big, like sad looking eyes, and it says, "Oh, hello," and then it immediately explodes. I need
What kind of creature exploded? I'm sorry. I think I missed something.
a weird tentacled octopus creature, like light cream colored blue with these big sad eyes on top. It doesn't actually, this portal doesn't form above you. It forms above the object of your rage. It forms above the owlbear, and then it comes out and immediately explodes. And
Fascinating.
appears within 5 feet of one creature of your choice. So I assume that the enemy. So it needs to make a dex saving throw or take some damage. The owlbear does.
Fantastic.
That poor pot of petunias.
Oh no. Not again.
Okay, it does. I think your DC is 8 plus your proficiency. It's 10 plus your con modifier. What's your con modifier?
2.
Okay. It does not succeed on the dexterity, so it's going to take some force damage. Roll
Nice.
a d6 for me. 4?
Yeah.
Okay. It explodes. You feel that you have a connection to that portal, and you could bring something else out of it if you want. That will probably explode.
Okay. Cool. Like at will?
Until your rage ends, you can use this effect again, summoning another spirit on each of your turns as a bonus action.
Okay.
That's so neat.
And freaking tastic. All right.
Everyone can make a Arcana check as to what you saw.
With Arcana.
24, not 20.
That's 16 on my Arcana check.
16. 10. Gift, you're not sure.
Blissfully unaware.
Grief, you know, you can feel it. You know, somewhere deep down, that's a flump.
Fantastic. All right, cool. Then I'm gonna try and stab this owlbear.
Okay.
Nine is not gonna do it, is it?
No.
No, because my nat 20 was used for Arcana. But at least I know what that thing is. Damn it. Okay, that's my turn.
Awesome. So we are at, let me just double check. We are at the owlbear's turn. There is a mustachioed man, a buff tiefling, and a small dragon, all in melee range of this owlbear. I think, Grief, you're going to get the first hit. It makes 2 attacks, one with its beak and one with its claws. It's going to try and bite you. That is a 25 to hit.
Yeah, that'll do.
You take 14 piercing damage,
Ouch.
and it's gonna slash. I'm gonna say like Max is probably a little too small right now to
Please
be,
don't kill the baby.
yeah.
Yes.
But so the claw is gonna go at Billy and definitely hits. 2d8. So that's 11 plus 5, 16. So Billy takes 16 damage, which that's actually a heavy amount of damage.
Yes. Grief halved that damage, right? Or was 14 halved?
14 was not halved, so you do take half of that damage because you're raging.
Oh, right.
Good call.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, remember you.
Gotta take advantage of those barbarian skills.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm used to playing rogues.
very different tact.
So like uncanny dodge, I'm used to that, but
Yeah, right.
No, you just half all damage while you're raging, basically.
all right, sweet.
All
That's-
non-magical damage.
That's less ouch. That's much less ouch.
Awesome. And finally, that brings us to Gift.
So in 5th edition, can you tell if something is bloodied, or is there a check for that, like under half health?
Give me an insight check. Yeah.
Nope. 5. That's my 3rd one in a row, might I add.
Okay.
If I was doing death saves in the old days, I'd be dead.
Yes. Yes, you would. No, if you're doing death saves now, that's still the same. That's 4 failures, 2 of them. So
Okay. So I don't know if it's bloodied or not. Well, I'm going to assume that it is. For my action. Okay. So to everyone involved, Gift starts growling in a really menacing way. She's speaking Abyssal, but unless one of you speaks Abyssal, it sounds like, well, growling in hellfire. She assumes the owlbear can't understand her, but it doesn't matter. Abyssal's scary. She's making an intimidation check. And let me see how she rolls to determine. Okay, so that's a 24. So she's speaking in Abyssal, and she is trying to get across the raw fear of the endless hunger that she holds inside of her. She wants this thing to know that if it dies here, she will consume it, and that it should run away.
Ew.
But all of this is just growling to everyone.
You see the eyes narrow on this owlbear, and it just lets out this screech as it tries to run, but there's 3 people in melee. I'm gonna do it similar to like a command. It will spend its next action doing what you want it to do for the intimidate. So
It's fair.
Actually, no, we'll say it uses its reaction to try and run in this case. So I'm gonna highlight Grief. You get an attack of opportunity.
Only 10.
10 total.
Yep.
Nope, that doesn't hit.
I didn't think so.
Once you get a bonus, do you get a bonus to hit or just to damage when you're raging?
It's +2 melee damage with strength weapons.
Okay.
It's not for attacks.
Okay.
Attacks and saving throws and damage.
Okay. All right. And our little wormling fella he's gonna try and bite him. Because that's his first instinct when something tries to run away. Max just hits him with his little bite.
Nice.
Is it like 1d3 right now?
His bite damage does 1d10 plus 4.
What?
Nice.
Jeez.
Taking out a level 1 wizard with that bite.
So he does a whopping 7 damage on this owlbear, which
So proud.
that is enough to take it down.
Jeez.
Confidence. That's what all this was about.
You did it, Max.
So Max just like grabs at the angle and just like uses his wings to like pull this creature down and like tears at the leg of this creature. And this is the first time you've seen like the predator instinct of this animal, of this, mystical creature. And it brings down this owlbear, which is now unconscious on the ground. As it hits the ground and it goes unconscious, it poofs, like something dissipates. And there's now a person on the ground unconscious. It is a probably late 30s human man. Let me make sure I have this. Yeah, kind of dark brown hair, mid-length. Not fancy clothes, but good clothes. Kind of a vest on. Doesn't seem to be carrying any equipment or anything, but he's unconscious on the ground.
What the hell?
Max looks at him and says, "Did I do that? Did I do magic?"
Gift, is that what a druid looks like? Is that,
Gift jumps down out of the cart, looks a little bit concerned, and casts Healing Word.
Okay. The amount's not really important, but
Okay.
yeah. This man wakes up and he says, "Oh, well, this is certainly an improvement."
Gift looks at everybody else and looks at her shoes.
Fen sits on the back of the wagon at this point and just goes, So, you were an owlbear. What was up with that?
Right. He kind of like sits up and dusts himself off a little bit and pulls a feather from his mouth. I think I ate a wild turkey. That was fun. He says, yeah, the owlbear thing. By my count, think I've been an owlbear for a matter of months. That's been fun.
Gift
Right.
goes back to the cart, brings a sandwich, casts continual flame under a teapot.
Okay. I'm assuming that was not by choice. Is that accurate?
That would be completely accurate.
Okay.
How did that happen? Do you recall?
Gift, as you're doing this, as you're walking back to the cart, give me a perception check. It's not going to be a high DC, but
I'm not terrible at this if I don't roll a 1.
you can do it. I believe in you.
18.
18. Druidic is a language, but it's also a kind of way to set up warnings and things about the environment you're in that doesn't affect the environment you're in. You see just in the way like certain plants have been made to have been planted on the side of the road. Certain flowers that wouldn't normally grow there, they've been put there. You kind of see them. They're these kind of bright red flowers, and you're like, that's a warning. You just know instantly that's a warning. Somebody wanted someone to know that something dangerous is here. But they wouldn't do that for just like a normal. You don't think it would be for a normal beast, you know?
Okay. But something like a werebeast would make sense.
Yeah, you're not quite sure what it's warning you of. But just that there's danger somewhere near here. This man is he says, right, my name's Jax. I was cursed by a witch, I think. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, that seems entirely reasonable. Insight check.
Give me an insight check.
Gif would like to make one as well for what it's worth.
Yep.
That was the weird head shake on my part.
There was a 15 plus something. Insight is only plus 1. 16.
And I got an 18.
18. I see grief rolling.
Oh yeah, I got an 18 as well. If it's relevant, I'll say.
Okay. Yeah, just want to make sure. He seems to be. You instantly tell he's leaving out a good bit of, story. That's pretty obvious. But he seems to be telling the truth about being cursed by a witch.
Okay. So he does believe it was a witch. Whether or not it was, he believes it. Okay.
Writes on her chalkboard and holds it up to him. Curses are usually for a reason. What'd you do?
She said something about trespassing. I was just, looking through the woods, seeing what's out here.
Okay, quick question. Are we in the area that you were trespassing in?
He looks around.
Right now.
He said, yeah, we're still near Corellon's Rest, right? That's where we are?
Yes, we are.
He says, and this is about where I was. I must not have ventured too far. I think I made a nest. I don't know why I made a nest. It must have been a girl out there.
Does the red flowers look like a property line?
Kind of, yes.
Gift starts ignoring the person and starts going and looking at the floor. I'm trying to figure out which side of the property line we're on.
Good question.
You think you're on the proper side. You're not. You haven't crossed over into it. As you go looking a little bit closer, give me yeah, you can either give me another perception check, or actually let's do this intelligence one. Do nature.
Nature. 5.
5. Okay. It's definitely a warning. But yeah, you don't really know. You think, yeah, it's some sort of property, maybe a property line, but definitely like, hey, maybe don't go in the woods in this place. This is a no hunting area.
Gotcha.
This man says, yeah, I was out looking for game. Ran into a house. Shouldn't have been out here. Well, the house shouldn't have been out here. I can be where it's the woods. Who owns the woods? She seemed nice, and then all of a sudden I was, hunting rabbits as an owlbear.
I'm sorry. What did you say your name was? You said, and I apologize. I lost it. I'm Fen, by the way. Hi.
Pleased to meet you. The name's Jax.
Jax. Got it. Jax. Jax. It sounds like whether or not the property is properly owned by this particular person, I would suggest avoiding this area for hunting purposes in the future. Unless you like being an owlbear, in which case, I guess come on back. But it just sounds like they seem to be keeping to themselves more or less. Actually, wait a minute. We heard something about people disappearing around here, didn't we? You seen any other owlbears around in this last month?
He says, I can't say that I have. So when he said something about hunting game, the two of you that rolled 18, you both know that's a straight out lie.
Gift like meets Finn's eyes and rolls hers.
Y'all do still have your psychic whispers up. You can all talk to each other telepathically.
That will not help at all with Gift.
Oh, that's right.
But yeah, it seems like it'd be a good idea just to avoid this area, especially since people have been. I'm assuming maybe you're one of them. Are you from Corellon's Rest originally? You call that home?
Oh, it's not home. It's home for now, I guess. Just kind of making my way through.
Okay. Well, you might want to in case anyone knew you and knew that you were heading this direction, you might be among the missing that they claimed. So it might be good to let them know that you're safe before you head off in other directions.
He says, I will do that. He says, I guess I should make my way back. Yeah.
Gift says, secrets and lies never get anyone in trouble.
So why were you really in the woods?
Pardon me?
Anyway.
Pardon me. Why were you really in the woods?
I'm going to have you roll an intimidation check just to see your aura.
20 on that.
Very nice. This group can intimidate. That's what we do.
Oh,
We'll make you real scared.
somehow Gift is one of the most intimidating figures in this whole thing. And the rogue is just like gives off good girl energy. Like
Just a friendly rogue.
yeah.
Can't help.
Max will like kind of as you ask this like trundles up and like pushes at this man and says, yeah, why woods?
Grief will pat Max on the head.
He says, you know, it must be the shock, but is that a dragon?
I asked a question.
Oh, okay. I don't mean
Max,
any
my son,
trouble.
come back to me. Come back here, Max.
Okay. He says, look, I don't want any trouble. I was just out here hunting. Look, if anyone's trouble out here, it is that witch. You know, a good, strong group of adventurers. It looks like that's what you are.
Gift shakes her head.
I will I'll just pull my greatsword out and maintain eye contact.
He says, he puts his hands up and he says, I am unarmed. I am no threat to you. I don't know what's going on here. Am I being robbed? Because I'm pretty sure I do not have money.
I'm not interested in money. Why are we out here?
He says, I've already told you that I was hunting.
That, you know, there's grief. I believe him. I'm just curious. Should we keep an eye out? Were you hunting with friends? Is there anybody else who might have also been cursed by this witch that we should keep an eye out for?
You know, I had heard stories, but I did not see anyone out here. As he is lifting up his arm, and Grief, you're right there on him. Give me a perception check.
Oh, I rolled a hot 4 for a whopping 6.
Oh no.
Okay.
Yeah.
Grief. He opens his mouth just a tiny bit too much. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw for me.
Just an FYI, I have advantage on dex saves against effects that I can see while not blind, deafened, or something.
Yeah, you have danger sense. Yep, go
Yep.
for it.
I mean, I roll it at advantage then.
You do roll with advantage.
$15.
Okay. You see acid start to pour from his mouth and array at you. And you manage to duck out of the way. You don't take any damage from it. Just but he scrambles up and he says, well, I didn't expect to run into any trouble, but I hope our paths do not cross again. And he draws a door into the air and he's going to just sidestep into nothingness.
Fascinating.
Cracks. There's a cairn out here. People stepping sideways makes sense.
Max goes leaping and tries to leap through where the door was and just comes out the other side. Like just nothing's there anymore. Magic.
Yeah, those magic users, there's something else. That guy seemed pretty wizardy to you.
Probably not. Never mind. I was like, can I identify the spell? But I rolled a 6 on the Arcana.
Yeah.
Oh, but I can detect magic for my my magic eyeballs.
Oh yeah.
So that would give me the school,
Let me see.
most likely.
Yeah, you would get the faint aura of conjuration.
Okay. Gift writes on her chalkboard. Reminds me of my old boss. Yes.
Okay, well, we should probably let the Druids know that at least one wizard knows about Max, then. Of course, I still don't understand exactly why all wizards are suspect down here. But, I mean, if you say so, I believe you. It's just, in Dragonborn society, wizards are just, after knowledge, not power. So, I mean, some are after power, but most of them aren't. So,
Billy Bob will speak up and say that, well, in my experience, the elves are a lot like that. They just study for the sake of studying. The Helimanor Society, they are they're a little bit more greedy in the way they go about things. It seems a lot of wizards are upset they don't live as long as they want to.
Gift spits and growls something that would turn some people red.
wow.
He says, well, that was interesting. I mean, the whole teleport thing, that's not too odd. That's normal wizard crap. But the acid.
Gift's nodding emphatically.
Well, that's peculiar.
Can we history check or something? Would we know anything?
You can give me, Arcana or history. I'd say, yeah.
Do Arcana. 12.
14.
14.
Either. I'm proficient with the same plus for both.
Okay. I'm gonna say with Arcana, it reminds you of a dragon's breath weapon, but that doesn't seem right or possible. I mean, that dude looked like a human.
Or an owlbear.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, can I investigate the acid at all?
Oh, yeah.
To help so that Fen understands what's going on. That would be if it's investigation, it's 24.
24.
Yeah.
Okay. The acid is still present there. You can definitely take a look at it, and it looks like this wasn't some spell or something like that. This was made from within that body, spells usually, they spray acid on things, but that acid will fade away.
Mm-hmm.
This is something paranatural.
Yeah. Fen Cirrus will relay that to the group. but just we really want to get Max to safety.
Yeah,
Given
definitely.
that we need to make sure the Druids know about that particular fella as well.
Do we know if dragons can take on a human form?
I would say with your Arcana, you know that they can. There are stories of dragons taking human form. That's not uncommon in the lore.
Okay.
I mean,
Do I get that vibe from this?
considering that he was unconscious, you don't think so.
Right. Okay.
All right,
All
we're
right.
gonna. Sorry, go ahead.
We'll just take copious notes about this situation and relay it when we get to where we're going.
I do wonder why that witch cursed him.
Yeah.
Oh,
Speaking
he
of,
seemed
we
like
should.
an asshole. So
Yeah.
Gift
I-
nods at that.
Maybe we leave the witch a warning about him no longer being an owl bear. I don't know how to do that. I could write some special messages, but she probably won't be able to understand. But that wouldn't be super useful.
Gift
I don't know, maybe
nods and
we just tell
also
the
leaves a
Druids.
special message, as it were,
Mm.
probably around the acid, because that would be additional information if anyone can read the Druidic.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you innately know how to draw. You draw symbols into the dirt. And to the untrained eye, it would look like ruts or erosion, but you have marked it as,
Probably just magical beast,
Yeah.
and maybe missing,
mhm,
something like that.
yeah. Yeah, you easily convey that information.
After this, actually, Gift gets a sort of contemplative look and starts writing furiously on her chalkboard. She eventually holds up and says, curse isn't the right word. I can curse things, but I can't change people's shape. Interesting. And she sort of gets lost in her own thoughts.
Huh. Well, yeah, I mean, there's certain things that happen that like get packaged into the term of curse a lot when curse is a very specific thing.
Yeah. Gift nods. Just writes out on the chalkboard again, changing shape is above our pay grade. Very directly.
Max has no idea what's going on. Like proudly is walking on two legs, holding the sheathed dagger, walking around. For a moment, you glimpse humanoid eyes where his eyes should be, and then they shift back into draconic eyes.
Well, Max, you held your own. Good job.
I stabbed him. Did you see it?
I did. You did the thing. One note: when a creature is larger than you, maybe hold off on charging into the situation. That's the one thing. Is it like definitely defend yourself, but don't give them the opportunity to bite down on you potentially.
Oh, okay, got it.
Yeah.
oh,
You know-
maybe I can do this. And he like takes in a big breath and lets
Uh-oh.
out the smallest little flame. Oh,
Yeah, keep working on that one, because that's one of those key elements for us. That's always good.
Don't worry.
I love
When-
that Finn and Gift are sort of like mom and that aunt that you really wish wouldn't like come over and take the kids out.
yeah, like Fenn is like, no, we have to stay safe. He's inside. You guys stay in the backyard. And like the aunt's like, hey, we're going to Vegas. Yeah, you want a knife? Yeah, get you a knife. Why not?
Never too
So-
early to learn proper knife techniques.
But we should probably get a move on, since
Mhm.
that
Yeah.
wizard's probably gonna know where we're at. Fenn hops back into the front of the vehicle.
Billy will actually scoop up Max and hang on to him and says, excellent form. I agree with your kin. He's speaking to him in common though. Like
Right.
Right.
I mean, I only know a little Draconic, and he says a few broken words in Draconic. And Max just is looking at him like, who is why?
Did he say nostril? What did that have to do with it?
Where is the bathroom?
You agree with my blue fish? What?
Yeah, so yeah, you are going to continue on. You don't think you're far from where these druids are supposed to be, but I believe that's where we're going to call it for tonight.
All right, sweet.
Excellent little session,
Awesome.
everybody.
Yeah, that was fun.
I love it. I love your little baby dragon. So much fun. All right, so we'll go ahead and do our little outros. Jaden, tell us about you.
So again, I'm Soliloquy or Jaden. You can find me on most platforms under the username Fat Sapphic Bro. I'm mostly on TikTok making videos about various social justice things, fat phobia, disability, being trans, and doing like self-care reminders and things like that.
All right, Silver.
Hey everybody, I am Silver_Bulette here on Twitch and also on YouTube. Last week we wrapped up season 1 of Capes and Caverns, so you can see all of that over on YouTube. I actually uploaded it all like in a day last week, so that's a lot of fun. That's my superhero D&D overlay. Also, I run All the Webs of Stage, which is a short play podcast. Check it out; it's a lot of fun. And this next Saturday, we should be running another session of the Legends of the Stellar Sea Dogs, which is a TTRPG that is magical girl anime style that I wrote myself, and it's going to be another charity live stream. So come out, see it. It should be at 6 p.m. Eastern time on Saturday. Come out, donate, and see some good doggos from the area that I'm living in too.
Awesome. Penny.
Well, I'm Penny, she, her, like I said before, and as I've said in other streams, I don't really have a huge online presence, but I am learning and developing real world druidry. So you're welcome to check out my blog if you like at wilddjunipercrafts.com. And thank you so much for being here.
Awesome. And I'm Archangelic. You can find me here Sunday nights, 7:30 Pacific, running the Era of the Dragons for these wonderful people here. You can also find me on Twitter at Archangelic. I want to thank you for joining us for tonight's game. If you missed any of our games or missed any part of this session, you can check out, I upload them to YouTube, and let me put that link in the chat so you can go there. I Maybe I didn't set that up. Well, that's sad. Um, so I'll figure out. It's probably, I think it's linked on the channel page. It's fine. You can find me. Oh, well, all right. And I need to do some last minute giving credit where credit is due. Music during the break is from Arcane Anthems. You can find more music, more great music, and D&D themed parodies on their Patreon. The combat wheelchair was featured in this game is created by Sarah Thompson. You can find them on Twitter at Mustangs Art. The rules for the combat wheelchair can also be found in the chat to the side. And lastly, thank you, User, for helping us stream the show. We all appreciate you and you helping us out here. So I want to thank everyone again for tuning in, and we hope to see you next week. Bye.
So much.